Welcome everybody to another live reaction here at I'm Not a Coach. I'm your host, Dave Wirth, and thank you so much for joining us, man, on this Sunday night matchup between the Seattle Seahawks and the Washington Commanders, man. We got a good one. Two quarterbacks that, when they are healthy, they play like one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. Sam Darnold, his first year in Seattle after leaving Minnesota, after spending 1 year there. And at first, it was like, oh man, did Seattle overpay? Did they give too much? Even if it was a contract that nowadays seems like it's a pretty not, it's actually a pretty decent deal. But Sam Darnold, man, he has been playing like one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL. The first month of the season, he was in that MVP conversation. I think he's still in there, but obviously there's some guys that have kind of jumped in front of him. But man, dude, he has still been efficient. He has been exactly what Seattle needed to kind of take them to that next step, especially after they traded Geno Smith to the Raiders, man. They knew they needed to get better at that position because they knew they had the weapons, they had the running back, and their defense right now is playing fairly solid football. So for the Commanders, unfortunately, it's been quite the opposite, man. A season ago, they had one of the greatest seasons in their team's history and by far one of their best seasons in recent memory. And they were one win away from making it to the Super Bowl against the Kansas City Chiefs with their rookie quarterback, the second overall pick in 2024 draft, Jaden Daniels. There's been a lot of injuries, a lot of inconsistent play, and unfortunately that defense that was one of the biggest strengths for them last season seems to be a weakness. The secondary looks slow, is dealing with some injuries. The linebackers look slow, and unfortunately that front seven, that defensive line, is not been getting to the quarterback as often as they were a season ago. And then when you look at what happened on offense, they've improved the receiver room. They've gotten Deebo Samuel. They've gotten healthier. But unfortunately, Jaden Daniels has not been on the field enough for them to be able to take advantage of that. And on top of that, their running game, it looked great the first 3 to 4 games. But over the last month, it has disappeared and has been something that they have been unable to rely on a consistent basis. So that's where we are tonight. And for the Commanders, it is a game that they're hoping to get back on track, to get that season back on track and avoid dropping to 3-6. And for Seattle, they are in a tough division. The 49ers keep on winning. The Cardinals play tomorrow, and they are just trying to keep pace in this competitive division as well as a competitive NFC just in general. So let's see, man. We're about to kick it off in about 5-ish minutes. So heck yeah, man. Thank you for being here, man. Let me know your predictions for this game. I predict that the Seattle Seahawks are going to win this one. I don't think Jaden Daniels is going to be quite there yet. I think it's going to be a little bit of rust. Plus, the Seahawks have these old classic unis, man, with the silver helmet, the light blue. And you can't lose in those uniforms, man. You just can't. So that's my prediction. I believe Seattle should win this one. I think they're going to at least score 30 points against this Washington Commander defense, and I think it's going to be up to Daniels and the rest of that team to be able to kind of keep pace. So I have a little bit of leftover candy. Uh, did not really get too many trick-or-treaters this year, so I have a bunch that I'm trying to like slowly eat without going into a coma. So, but yeah, man, Bobby Wagner going up against his former team, the team that drafted him, the team that he won a Super Bowl with, a team that he spent well over a decade playing for. So it's another storyline to look out for there. There aren't many people that are left in Seattle where Bobby with who Bobby played for. Last time he did play for them was in 2023, so not too long ago. But that was after, I think, leaving for a year to play for the Rams in 2022. Yeah, just finishing the old setup here, man. Ooh, that Raiders and Jags game, man, went into overtime and it finishes 30-29. Oh boy. Oh boy. I mean, we got the bots out here, so that's a good sign, right? I'll take it as a compliment. And you go away. You go away. And you go away. Boom. There we go. All right, man. About to be started here in just a few seconds, man. Let's freaking go. All right, man. Welcome everybody that is watching, man. We're about to get started here. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. If you're new to the channel, please make sure you leave a like and subscribe because we're about to kick it off, man. Let's freaking go. This is our third game of the day. We got one more tomorrow. And yeah, man. This is game number 4 of the week, man. Yeah, man. It's good to see Jaden Daniels out here, man. The game is always more interesting when he's playing. He's dealt with a lot of injuries. He got injured during that Packer game, missed a couple games, then came back, I think, for a game, maybe a game and a half, and then has been out since then until today, man. He's the kid's a difference maker, man. He hasn't had the highs of what he was doing last year, but the kid is still dang impressive, man. There are still some throws where you're just like, damn, okay. So hopefully he can stay healthy, man. Hopefully he can kind of get things going for this Commanders team because this is a team. As much as I would not want to face them in the playoffs, man, they are an exciting team, and I hope they can at least make a run for the playoffs. Make it interesting, man. I feel like Commanders fans have had a lot to deal with over the last, 20 plus years, especially with when Snyder was the owner, man. So hopefully they can kind of get some love, get something to root for, man. There was literally a couple years ago, there was literally sewage falling on the fans in the stadium, man. And no, I'm not making that up. So hopefully these fans can get something this season, man. Hopefully their team can kind of get back at it. And if you are just joining us, no, I don't typically eat during the stream. Trust me, that's going to be going away really soon. I just don't really get to eat a whole lot during Sunday because usually as soon as I'm up, I'm kind of working on things, and we don't really stop until about 10:30 at night. All right, little swip kick there, caught inside the 10 to the 20 to the 25, and run back after going down near the 27. Hmm. All right, the Commanders will have the ball here to start this game off, man. Let's go. Daniels in the shotgun. Moret in the back. Play action. Rolling out, runs up the field, and he will go down after a gain of 3 down to the 29. Jaden Daniels again started. All right, we got 2nd and 7. Daniels looking, pressured. Once again, picking up some yardage with his legs, and he'll get it down to the 32. Another gain of 3 for the young rookie. Not rookie, second-year quarterback. All right. Daniels in the shotgun. McNichols to his left. He's got 2 receivers on that right side. Looking, throws and hits his tight end for a first down to the 40, man. Let's go. Let's go. All right, 1st and 10, ball at the 41. Daniels under center, little play action. A lot of passes going up here, and it's going to be incomplete, trying to get it to Bates there on the right side. All right. Daniels in the shotgun, running back to his left. Quick throw to the right side. And Samuel able to shed a tackler and it picks up about 2 or 3 there, but we do have a flag. All right, we got Bill Vinovich, man. This guy's been in the league forever, man. 17 years. Woo. So we got Tyler Baidez with the blindside block. So that penalty will cost Washington some big yardage there. So 2nd and 25, back at their own 26. Daniels in the shotgun, running back to his right. He's looking, rolling out to his right. He's going to take off and run and gets it down near the 30. So a pickup of 4. 3rd and 20 coming up. Five receiver set, three to the left. Daniels in the shotgun. Seattle sends four, stays in the pocket and delivers a throw, but only able to get it down near the 39 to Zach Ertz. So, telling you, man, these uniforms, dude. The I wish Seattle would just change to these permanently, dude. These are some of the coldest freaking uniforms in the NFL, dude. The best. Woo. Dude, if we're talking about throwbacks, yeah. And it'll be fair caught at the 10 there. So Seattle going to take offense here for the first time tonight. 11-11 in the first when we come back. So we're still waiting on that first touchdown, man. During primetime games, we do not turn on the lights until we get our touchdown, man, because these teams need to prove to us that they're going to give us a show, baby. All right, let's see here. So we got Zach Charbonnet, Kenneth Walker. Those will be the top two running backs here for Seattle. Jackson Smith and Jigba, who has just been absolutely killing it, man. Just one of the best receivers in the NFL right now, man. Just consistently just making plays down the field, getting into the end zone. Cooper Kupp has been a great compliment for them so far. And I think the last time we had a Seattle game, Elijah Arroyo was having a pretty decent night there. So we got 1st and 10. Darnold under center here is going to toss it to the right. And we'll pick up about 6 there towards the right sideline. Kenneth Walker, man, running with some power, dude. All right, 2nd and 4, 3 receivers to the right. Darnold alone in the shotgun. Quick throw down the left seam, and that'll be a first down for Seattle. Horton. That was a heck of a throw by Darnold, man. Two receivers to the left. Darnold under center, single back in the backfield. And Jigba with a handoff going on the end around to the right. And he's going to be good for a first down. Literally was able to pick up 4 yards moving backwards, man. Look at the downfield blocking by the tight ends, his receivers. Woo! That's a full team effort right there, man. All right, 1st and 10 from the 40. Sam Darnold under center. Play action, rolling out to his right, and that'll be caught. That was close, man. That was close. Oh, there's a penalty. That's going to be a personal foul there for... What the heck is that? Oh, it's a low block. Yeah, I have no idea who that is. I don't see this guy on the team here. All right. 1st and 25. Ball back at the 25. Darnold looking, throws it over the middle, finds his receiver. That is going to be number Smith and Jigba once again, picking up some big yardage. All right, 2nd and 12. I'll pick up a 13 on that previous play. 3 receivers to the right. Darnold in the shotgun. Quick throw, and it's going to be false start or an illegal formation. Yep, false start on the tackle there. All right, Darnold in the shotgun, running back to his right, and Jigba motioning into the backfield. 2nd and 17. Looking. Finds his receiver, and he will pick up nearly 15 yards on that catch and run. Woo! Finding the soft spot in the zone. Darnold hitting him on time. All right, we got 3rd and 3 there. Darnold alone in the shotgun. Looking, throws it over the middle, and it's a fumble, but it's recovered by A.J. Barner, man, so it's going to be a first down. Woo. All right, Darnold under center, 2 receivers to the right. Hands it off. And Kenneth Walker bouncing it to the outside to the 40, to the 35, and down near the 30, man. Nice little handoff, and once again, bouncing it to the outside. First and 10, ball at the 32. Two receivers to the right. Another handoff. This one similar, but this one to the right side. And Walker getting it inside the 30, down near the 26. All right, second and 4. Another handoff. Walker picking his way through, and he's going to be very close to a first down, but seems like they're going to mark him about half a yard shy. All right, we got 5:10, 5:09, 5:08 here in the first, so and we'll see. They were trying to do a a fullback sneak here, but unfortunately it's going to be a penalty, false start on the offense. Yeah, dude, the the left tackle just running into the defense before the ball is even snapped. All right, we got 3rd and 5 here, ball at 27. Darnold in the shotgun, single receiver to the right. Running back to his right. Takes the snap, looks underneath, and he finds Kenneth Walker running a nice little angle route, going out, back in from the running back position, and that's a first down for Seattle, down to the 13. Ooh. He basically one-armed bear crawled for about 6 yards, it looks like. All right, 1st and 10, ball at the 13. Darnold under center, single receiver to the left. Play action. Finds Smith and Jigba, and that's going to be incomplete, but there's going to be a bunch of flags. Looks like they might get Marshawn Lattimore for pass interference. Yep. Former Pro Bowler, former New Orleans Saint, man. He's had a tough time since he got traded here, man. He's made a couple plays for sure, but for the most part, I don't think the trade has paid off like they were expecting when they made that trade last year. Not only when they traded for him, he was actually out for, I think, close to a month. And they knew that. They knew he was dealing with an injury, but they're like, hey, we'll get him healthy just in time for the playoff push. And it was not what they expected. All right, 1st and goal. Darnold under center. Handoff. Murray and not Kenneth. And that'll be a loss of about 2 there. Anytime I say Kenneth, I keep on thinking Kenneth Murray. It's not Kenneth Murray. Pretty sure they don't even play on the same side of the field. So Kenneth Walker there brought down for a loss of 2. Cooper Kupp not playing in this game, man. Second and goal from the 4. Darnold fakes the handoff. Rolling, throws it down the field, and that's touchdown. Woo! Who was that to, man? That is to the rookie Torrey Horton. But we do have a flag. It's going to be on the defense, and it will not matter. There we go, man. Do a great adjustment, great arm angle there by Sam Darnold. All right. Extra point is good. All right, guys. I will be right back. I got to run and grab something. I'll be right back. All right, man. We are back. There we go. All right, where are we at? Where are we at? Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, I kind of want to see what was going on with that Jags game, man. Trevor Lawrence, 23 of 34, 220. No passing touchdowns, but he ran 2 in, and including the game winner there in overtime. Yeah, Travis Hunter has been put on IR, so he's going to be out for at least the next month. And I was kind of curious who was going to really take over that number 1 receiver role, and apparently it was Parker Washington today, man. 8 catches, 90 yards for him. Brian Thomas, 3 catches, 55 yards. All right, the kick is away, and the Commanders will take a knee in the end zone. So, yeah, nice. I noticed that too, man, but it looks like Luke McCaffrey might be dealing with a shoulder injury. He has been officially ruled out for the game, man. He got hurt on the opening kickoff. I think I mentioned that he got driven back. Well, he got driven back and then driven into the ground. So, yeah, he's out for the rest of the day with the left shoulder. So, 1st and 10. And it's going to be a run. Picks up about a yard or 2. And there's something to look out for, man. The struggles on offense by the Commanders, it's been there most of the season. The first 2 or 3 weeks, they were looking like you're like, hey, they got a tough schedule, but hey, they might be able to pick up some wins here. They'll be back on track. But yeah, there's a little bit of a sophomore slump with this team for sure. 2nd and 8. Fakes the handoff. Daniels looking, and he's going to scramble and run. He picks up 7 yards there, man. It's going to be about a yard or two shy. All right, 3rd and 2. 2 receivers to the right. Daniels in the shotgun, running back to his left. Looking. And did he catch that? And that's going to be an incomplete pass. We do have a flag there. At least I think it might be an incomplete pass. Oh, all right. So they're saying it was a catch, but it wouldn't have mattered anyway, as if there was a holding penalty on the guy that was actually covering Zach Ertz. So it would have been an automatic first down anyway. 1st and 10, ball at the 33. Toss to Moret up the middle, and he is going to get it down near the 37. All right, we got 60 seconds left here in the first. Daniels under center. Krosky Moret in the backfield. He's going to run to the right. He's got some room. He makes a man miss and tries to spin his way out of another tackle. But after a pickup of 5, he will be brought down, and it'll be 3rd and short coming up. All right, so 3rd and 1, 2 receivers to the left. Daniels in the shotgun. Hand off to the rookie, and he's going to be stopped short of the first down. That might have been actually McNichols. I forgot. He's their 3rd down back. All right, man. That is the end of the first quarter here in Landover, Maryland, man. The Seattle Seahawks on top, 7-0. It's not looking great right now for the Commanders, man. They still look like they're a team that's just really scared of taking chances down the field. I mean, in like almost everything has either been a run with Moret, a scramble / run with Jaden Daniels, or it's been a quick, easy dump off in short yardage. They're not really throwing the ball down the field. Yeah, so coming into this game, Terry McLaurin was already out, but then now they lost Luke McCaffrey, who I think he was at least, third or fourth on the receiver depth chart. Fourth for sure when McLaurin is healthy. But yeah, man, it's I mean that could be a reason right there. Jerry McLaurin is out, but it's just like even when he was healthy, they weren't really challenging the defenses down the field. And to be honest with you, man, talking about uniforms, the ones that the Commanders have on right now, pretty good. That white stripe on the helmet looks solid, man. All right, we're talking about fourth and inches now. Daniels under center. Rolling out to his right, gets it out to his tight end. He's to the 50 and down at the 49 and a first down for the Commanders, man. They have been one of the most aggressive teams in the NFL on going for it on fourth down, especially when you get near midfield or into your own opponent's territory, man. We saw that a lot last week. It didn't really pay off for them quite a bit, but this time tonight, man, Bates able to get a big catch and run. First and 10, ball at Seattle's 48. Little toss to the right, almost like an end around, and that's going to be picking up about 7 or 8 yards there. Deebo Samuel. Woo! And it looks like we have an injured Seahawk there. That is Josh Joby. Yeah, he took a hit from one of his teammates there as he was coming in to tackle. Jesus. Yeah, Okada just basically lowered his head. Didn't really see who he was going to hit. And Debo ducked out of the way. And then Joby just took basically everything to the chest there. Yeah, man. Remember, kids, when you're tackling, keep your head up. Keep your head up. All right. Second and 1 here. Ball at the 39. Little toss there. And it goes nowhere. Loses a yard back at the 40. All right. Third and 2. Daniels in the shotgun, running back to his left. He's got 3 receivers on that left side. Pressure by Seattle. They send 8. Daniels has some time. There's a flag in the backfield. He picks up the first, but something tells me there's going to be a holding call here. Well, not a holding call, but Face mask. Oh Jesus! Yeah. So that's gonna be on the left tackle, Paul. It was hilarious. First off, he had one guy being held by he was holding him by his face mask. Then he had another guy being held by his basically like his chest plate. That was awesome. That's a massive human being. Pressure, throws, and did he get the interception? That would be an insane interception, dude. Somehow able to bring that in. Holy cow, man. He did. He got one and then tapped in. Ooh, actually, it's going to be close. Did his elbow hit first out of bounds? Either way, what a heck of an effort, man. Damn. Yeah, man. There was pressure coming. There was a late blitz by I think it was a safety coming from the right side, and Daniels just at the last second just kind of lofted that one. I think he was trying to throw it away, kind of in the middle of like maybe I can get it near the sideline, see if one of my guys can make a play on it. But instead, Okada just able to get up there and just snatch it. Even as if he was like, even though the receiver was trying to push him out, able to get both feet in bounds, man. That is an insane freaking interception. Yeah, trust me, guys. I promise you, this is not the norm. I don't typically eat during these, but I am starving. Even when I'm hungry, I'm like, I can wait until after. But today, man, it's hitting hard. So, but I will keep it. I'll keep it to a minimum, and I'll do it in between the commercial breaks here. Dang, dude. Woo. All right. First and 10 after the interception there. Ball at the 40. Darnold under center. Play action. Roll into his left, delivering a ball, and he hits Smith and Jigba. And he's able to tap the toes before going out of bounds there on the left side. So far this season, man. And Jigba coming into this game, 863, man, in receiving yards. Kid's on pace for a historic Seattle season. Run up the middle, and Charbonnet gets absolutely taken out, man, in the backfield. Goldman, I think that's Eddie Goldman, a former Chicago Bear there. Yeah, he was actually a guy, I remember him coming out, might have been a decade ago almost at this point. He was a guy that I was hoping the Packers would pick up, man. He was a big guy that could clog up the middle. All right, 2nd and 10, ball at the 43. Darnold in the shotgun, running back to his right. Quick throw to the outside, gets it out to Smith and Jigba, and he's going to pick up 7 really tough yards. We have a little bit of a shoving there. No punches thrown. No skirmish. Just a couple shoves. Just a couple shoves. Come on. All right, Darnold under center. Handoff. Charbonnet breaks loose to the 30, 26. He's going to be brought down. Nice first down run by Zach Charbonnet. Landed on his head. Ooh. All right, well, looks like they're going to actually take a look at him, so we're going to go to a commercial break here. Breaking the NFL, man. Yeah, I want to see where Seattle. Let me see here. I want to see where Seattle is ranked here when it comes to running the ball. All right, we got 1st and 10, ball at the 27. Darnold in the shotgun, running back to his right. Receiver in motion. And Charbonnet picking up about 5 or 6 yards there, man. There we go. Second and 4. Darnold under center, toss to the left. And Zach trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, will not, and he'll lose about 3 yards there. And that was the old veteran Bobby Wagner. Woo! Yeah, so Seattle is ranked 24th coming into tonight. All right, we got 3rd and 8 here. Ball at the 25. Looking, throws down the field. He's got a man, and it's the rookie again. Horton with his 2nd touchdown grab of the night. I mean, the kid is playing damn well right now, dude. It's going to be very tough not to want to throw some more passes his way. Just a great freaking corner route, man. Just absolutely smoked the defender there. Extra point is up, and it is good. We do have a flag, though. So it looks like Myers, the kicker for Seattle, man, he got hit on that one, and he's apparently they said that he's trying to walk it off, so hopefully he's okay. So that was a penalty on the Commanders. All right, kick is away here. It'll be caught just at the goal line. So to the 15, to the 20, 25. He fumbles the ball, and it's recovered by Seattle. Unbelievable, dude. He bumped into somebody. The ball just fell right out. He literally stayed on his feet. He just looked back. Unbelievable, dude. I believe that is Lane. Whoo. And that was the big man, number 95. Dude, you gotta hold on. You gotta hold. I thought he ran into a defender or somebody that knocked that out. No, so somebody just smacked it out. That was Brandon Pilley, the undrafted player in 2023. Man, holy cow! See, Strom, feel good for picking the Seahawks. They're looking good right now. Man, this could be a blowout. That's what it's looking like, man. Because I don't think it doesn't seem like Washington is quite there yet, man. Throw down the field and it's caught. Touchdown. And that is to the tight end, Elijah Arroyo, man. Dude, that was a smooth throw. It literally just went right in front of the defender's face, man. Whew. Oh, actually went over his head. That is, whew. That's rough, man. All right. Extra point. And it is good. The Seattle Seahawks have scored 2 touchdowns in the last 20 seconds of game time. Damn. Dude, I don't know if the Commies will even win another game this year. They have the Lions next. Now, they'll win a game. They'll win a game. It's just that defense. I mean, they were already old last year, man. And they did not get younger. And yeah, no. That was all those trades that they all those picks that they traded for Marshawn Lattimore. It would have been nice to have those. Because he has not been great. He has looked slow. He's been penalized many times since he came here, man. It's been rough. Right now, the offense can't really run the ball for some reason. They just haven't been able to find any kind of rhythm. And then Daniels has been injured. And they got, looks like Debo Samuel out there back on the return. So they have basically said to Lane, yeah, you can take a little bit of the bench there, man. One of my good friends said before the season started, the Commies would win 5-6 games at the most because of their defense this year, and I didn't believe him, and that's starting to look like it. Yeah, man, your friend was right on it, man. I thought they were gonna make. I thought they were gonna make the playoffs, man. But they're looking rough, man. Also, they traded for Debo. Oh, and the pass goes in and out of the hands of Bates there, or that might have been Zach Ertz. Either way, incomplete pass. That was actually Bates. There you go, number 87. Second and 10. Daniels in the shotgun, running back two. Behind him, 2 receivers to the right, sorry. And they're going to hand it off up the middle, and takes a hit there, picks up about 5. Honestly, dude, Even when he's been playing, he hasn't looked too good himself. Yeah, man, it's definitely the sophomore slump. I feel like because I mean he played great last year, man. It was incredible. We got 3rd and 5 here, but yeah, man, he's definitely not been as consistent or as explosive as he's been in the past. Quick throw to the left, and that's going to be a gain of about 4 for Zach Ertz. It'll be short of the first. They could have gotten the left tackle there for a false start, but that was kind of was very very close. But yeah, no, but I agree with you, man. Jaden has been he's been off. I want to say part of it is the injuries. You know, they haven't really had Terry McLaurin for most of the season or a good chunk of the season. It's either been Debo's out, Terry McLaurin's out. It's rare that they've had all three of those guys healthy. Daniels with a keeper on 4th down, and it's going to be a flag. I think defenses know how to play him now. Yeah, and it's usually how it goes, especially with quarterbacks. I think that's true for anybody. To be honest with you, I think it always goes. You know, that's why I always said like with the rookies, it's always an ebb and flow. Sometimes you have the highs, then the defenses start learning their tendencies, or simply the players just kind of having a rough day, overthinking it probably. So yeah, it's especially early in the career, man. You're always gonna have those highs, and then you're gonna have the lows because all defensive coordinators, especially when you're at the quarterback, you are the main focus. That they are, if they can stop you, they'll be able to stop the offense. So yeah, almost every waking moment is how do we stop the quarterback? Great punt, gets a great roll, bounced at the 25 and goes all the way down near the 13. Oh, I forgot to move the ball to Washington. Well, we're gonna keep it with Seattle because they have the ball now. But yeah, but yeah, I think it's gonna be a lot of film study for Daniels, man, and that's usually how it goes in the second year. You saw Rodgers his second year. He had some big plays there, but sometimes it would go down. Jordan Love had a rough second year, dealt with injuries as well. Yeah, there's very few guys that like their trajectory in their career is always just a straight, almost like a straight line upwards. There's usually some hills and valleys. So yeah, but for the Commander's sake, I hope Daniels is able to kind of figure stuff out here a little bit. Yeah, man. If it's 28-0, man, it's gonna be one of those streams where I'm just hoping the game ends quicker and quicker, man. Oh. So what if Rodgers wins the Super Bowl with the Steelers? I think as disappointed as I would be, simply because that meant the Packers did not win it. um, I'd be happy for Rodgers' legacy. I'd be happy for him as a player, man, because there's been he's done a lot of great things, man. As a quarterback for Green Bay, man, he's like it could have been some freaking dark times if Rodgers did not pan out or something, man. But I think obviously they would probably be the media or people will be like, "Oh, this is the greatest quarterback of all time, except for Tom Brady." You know, blah blah blah. But it'd be cool, man. It'd be nice to see him kind of go off. at a high note in his career. First and 10. Darnold under center, single back in the backfield. Fix the handoff. Pressure. Slides out of the tackle there, and Kenneth Walker picking up about 4 or 5. Not being biased, I don't think Rodgers will win another. Better question, a bit less likely. What if Rodgers beats the Packers in the Super Bowl? That'd be hilarious. As a person, that would suck. As a Packer fan, I would hate it. Especially because I feel like Rodgers did, especially in the last couple of years, man, he really did everything he could to just kind of undermine the organization at times. I think it was very specific people that he did not like, but it did feel like it was just dragging the Packers' name through it all. And it's going to be a run, and that gets blown up in the backfield, man. Nothing there. Maggie with a great freaking tackle. But it would be hilarious. It would be hilarious to see Rodgers win his second Super Bowl against the team that he won his first Super Bowl with, and then win it with the team that he beat to win his first Super Bowl. It would just be hilarious. And against the same coach, too. Mike Tomlin was the head coach for the Steelers all the way back in 2010. So 3rd and 5, Darnold pressured, finds his man, Smith and Jigba, slides out of a tackle to the 35, down near the 39, man. Jackson, Smith, and Jigba, man, has just been a problem for defenses all year long. Yeah, man. But I think if that happens, man, the universe will blow up. And throws to the tight end. He finds his man. And it's a touchdown to White. It might not have actually been a touchdown. Who the heck is that? That is the practice squad, Cody White. Undrafted in 2020 out of Michigan State, dude. Look at this. A delayed corner route, fought through a tackle, stayed in bounds, and just took it all the way to the house. That's a TD. My jaws just dropped a little bit there. Dude, it is a beatdown of epic proportions right now. And the extra point is good, so I'll just make it an 8 there. Boom. 28-0. Seattle just absolutely running away with it. And literally running away with it. Wow. Seattle going to run the score up tonight. Telling you, man, it's the uniforms. It's the uniforms, dude. Those things are, like, seriously, man, they are so good. I would want to buy one. But I will not. I cannot bring myself to buy a Seattle uniform in good faith. And on top of that, spend that much money. You think the Hawks break 40 plus? I think so. Like, if this was late in the third, I'd be like, you know what? They're probably going to maybe score one more touchdown, or they're going to start just running the ball. But we're still in the first half, man. Yeah. I think especially if the Commanders maybe score a touchdown here, they're gonna make sure that this is a safe lead. Holy cow. Sorry about that. Haven't watched many Seattle games in the last couple of years, but it feels like it's been a while since I last saw them looking this good just on the game so far. Anyway, they've been that team, man. That like 2 years ago when Geno Smith first kind of got there, they were a team that everybody's like, oh man, this team could actually make a run. But once they got to the playoffs, Geno kind of turned into a pumpkin a little bit, unfortunately. And then last year, there were some highs, there were some lows, and it just kind of stalled out in the middle. And that's kind of a big reason why Seattle kind of went for Sam Darnold and they were willing to trade Geno. So, yeah, man. This season they have been. There's been some games where they have looked like one of the best teams in the NFC, or if not the NFL. And then there are some games where they're like, okay, this team is still kind of trying to figure it out here and there. But yeah, dude, they look good. They look good tonight. Yeah, like I think I mentioned it early in the game, man. Sam Darnold was on pace, like MVP pace early in the season. They were looking good, and then it kind of slowed down. It kind of petered off. Obviously, the defenses started catching up with them a little bit, and what good teams do is that they adjust to the adjustment. So, 1st and 10, play action. Daniels looking pressured. He's gonna take off and run, and he picks up 7 yards there. Dude, this guy, man, Daniels has just got to stay healthy, man. And the Seahawks get the ball coming out of the half. Yeah, man. I think if they go up 35-0, then you're gonna start to see them slow down this offense a lot more. Just to make sure that everybody's healthy, and then they're not just throwing every single look that they can give on defense, putting it on tape basically. 2nd and 2. Ball at the 38. Handoff. And able to spin his way to a first down, and that is Rodriguez. Yeah, picking up about 3 or 4 yards there on the first. Right. Blast from the past, that game where the Lions knocked the Packers out. Oh, yeah, dude. And the Seahawks got in. At the first, I was thinking Geno in the playoffs. When? Oh, my God, dude. Yeah, that was Aaron's last game. It was a win and get in. And for the first time in a long time, it felt like the Packers going up against the NFC North foe with a chance at the playoffs. It's the first time I can remember in a long time that they failed to get in. So a great run by Rodriguez there on the right side. Daniels alone in the shotgun. 2 receivers to the right, ball at the 45. Quick throw, gets it out to Deebo Samuel, and he's going to be very close to a first down. Yeah, dude, I remember, that game against the Detroit Lions, man. It just felt like I was like, oh, man, like early in the game. I was like, okay, Packers are going to win this one. They're going to make a run. This is it. This is the season, man. Because that season, they were, what were they, 3-6, 4-6 or something like that? They were looking like one of the worst teams in the NFL. And then they went off on a run in the middle of like October, November, where they looked like the old Packers that we're used to seeing. Run up the middle, and it's a first down, gonna be right around the 33. So, and then, yeah, dude, Quay Walker got ejected in that game. That was the second time he had been ejected in that season. And then Rodgers just wasn't there, man. You could just feel it early in the game. It was just a little bit off. You're just hoping, you're like, you know what, maybe it's gonna be the fourth quarter, and it just never came. It's okay. I think the Packers have been in the playoffs every year since, I think. Trying to remember year one of love. No, they made the playoffs. They beat the Cowboys that year. Sorry. Yeah, I didn't mean to bring it up like that, but it happened. If it makes you feel better, we didn't really go much further after beating the Cowboys that year. No, yeah, honestly, all good. Good to know I wasn't remembering it. Yeah, man, that was a weird year too, man, for the Packers. That was just it was almost similar to the year before with Rodgers, man. They looked good early a little bit, they were 2-1, and then they just went on a just horrendous month of football, man. They look like the worst team. I think even Grassi said that the Packers are just not a good team this year. Or he might have said right now, but yeah. And then of course, once again, man, they just went on a run and they got in. They snuck into the playoffs. But yeah, man. Yeah, no, no. If you're a Packer fan, you really don't have too much to complain about. You've gone from one Hall of Famer to another Hall of Famer, and now to arguably one of the better quarterbacks, if not one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL right now. So tough to whine about it. All right, we're back from the commercial break here. We got 157 left in the half. Daniels in this offense still trying to find their first set of points here to try to make this game a little bit interesting here heading into the second half. But Seastrom, what do you think? What do you think the Cowboys' chances are tomorrow, man, against the Cardinals? Finds a wide open receiver to the left there, gets it inside the 20. That's a first down for the Commanders. Should be a good bounce back game for the Cowboys, man. It's I think the Cardinals they're a difficult team. They have a really good defense. I think their offense, when they have a proper quarterback in Jacoby Brissett, man, he has been a little bit better than, in my opinion, Kyler Murray has over the last couple of years. First and 10, ball at the 18. Run up the middle, and Rodriguez picking up some tough yardage, getting it down to the 13. Picks up about 4 or 5. Against the Cardinals, pretty decent. Been a weird year for the whole NFL. No guarantee anymore anywhere. But I'm feeling as good as I could be heading into it. That's fair. Hey, man. Very true, man. I mean, who would have thought that the Chiefs would be 5-4? You know, they're 5-4. The Colts are 7-2. The Broncos are 7-2. I'm trying to think of who else, man. Who's been the biggest surprise so far in the NFC? Chicago. What, Chicago is at 5 wins now? Let's check it out. Yeah, Chicago 5-3. They are tied with the Detroit Lions in second place in the NFC North. Patriots also 7-2. They are at the top of the division over there in the AFC East. Right. Second and 5, ball at the 13. Daniels in the shotgun, running back to his right, running back to his behind him there. Pressure, lofts one up, and that'll be incomplete. All right, third and 5 here. Two receivers to the right. Daniels takes the snap, looking, rolling to his right. He's going to run. He's going to pick up the first down to the 5 and goes out of bounds at the 1. Actually, they're going to mark him at the half-yard line. Patriots has been a huge step forward. I would argue that the 49ers, Seahawks, Rams, being arguably the most competitive division in the NFC, have been pretty surprising. I agree. Especially with all the injuries the 49ers have had, dude. Holy cow. Every single week, man, they lose one or two starters, basically. And you think, you're like, finally, this is the week where it's going to be too much. They're finally going to lose, and they just keep winning and winning. Nick Bosa out, they win. Fred Warner out, they win. Brock Purdy out since week like 3, winner. And Jaden Daniels with a QB keeper, and that's a touchdown for the Washington Commanders. Yeah, man. The Rams, their defense, I think, is the biggest thing that's surprised me how consistent they've been. They were good last year, man, but the secondary has really stepped up, in my opinion. Oh, Seattle used a timeout here. I forgot to mark it off here. Boom. And the extra point is good. All right, man. With 52 seconds left, the Commanders have shrunken this lead down to just 21. If you would have told me any one of those three teams running away with it, I would have been too surprised with all of those good same time and a roughly even surprising. Yes, it is, man. It's been weird, man. Every single freaking week, you think that one of those teams, and granted, the Cardinals are kind of that team that has kind of lost pace a little bit, but I mean they're not too far off, dude. They are not too far off at all. See, Cardinals 2-5, like that's not great, but if if Seattle would have lost here, they being like, hey, you're kind of in the mix, but yeah, now the Cardinals, especially if the Seahawks win tonight, man, all three of those teams are going to be tied almost at the top there with a 6-2, 6-3 record, basically. That's an impressive division right there. I'm trying to think here. Is there another division that's kind of up there as well in terms of competitiveness? AFC West, you get the Broncos 7-2, Chargers are 6-3, and the Chiefs in third place at 5-4. Then you go NFC North, Packers are 5-2-1. Then the Chiefs, sorry, the Lions and the Bears 5-3, Vikings 4-4. Yeah, man, there's some competitive divisions out here for sure, man. There's at least three that are, I would say, within 2 games of each other. So it's not too bad. Kick is away. Gonna be caught inside the 5, and woo! Got lit up at around the 25, man. All right, so if you're Seattle, you're up by 21. You do have 2 timeouts, and your offense has been. I mean, look at that, dude. Sam Darnold, 13 of 13, 4 total touchdowns, 229 yards, man. It's it's almost unfair how good they have been. All right, ball at the 24, 1st and 10. Darnold throws. Smith and Jigba with a great catch over the middle across the 40 down to the 44. That's what I get for eating during the streams. Oh my god. You almost saw a man die there. Quick throw, gets it out to his tight end, down to the 49, A.J. Barner. Picking up some decent yardage. All right, 2nd and 3, Darnold. Perfect on the day still, man. Smith and Jigba catching it in stride down the right sideline, and they are in field goal range. Are they at the, where are they? Near the 20 probably? They are at the 23, maybe the 24, depending on where they mark it. Dude, this is an absolute freaking beatdown, dude. I don't. This is like this is what I. This is like me playing Madden when I was like 7 years old and putting it on easy. I'm just chucking things down the field, man. It's just everything is getting caught. So they're taking a look at this. Apparently, New York wanted to look at this. I don't see anything that. I don't see anything that indicates that he would be out of bounds. Or are they saying that he went out of, or did he, are they saying he caught it and then went out of bounds to stop the clock? Yeah, in Jigba, 7 catches, 119 yards. Freaking absolutely wild. All right, so Seattle deciding not to use their final timeout to avoid a 10-second runoff, where they would have been able to have 13 seconds and maybe a crack at the end zone, a couple, at least two cracks at the end zone. But instead, they're just letting it go down by 10 and stopping the clock at 3 seconds there. Okay. 40 points is going to be pretty easy if he makes this kick. All right, man. Maya is in for his first regular 3-point field goal of the night. They really haven't had to use him for field goals, man. They've been getting into the end zone pretty easily. And the kick is up, and it is right down the middle. And we are at halftime with the Seattle Seahawks just absolutely blitzing this Commanders team 31-7. Yeah, man. It's whew. And the only reason they didn't score a touchdown on that drive is because they ran out of time, basically. And they get the ball to start the second half. Oh boy. Oh boy is correct, man. Second most points scored in a half, Seattle. This season, I'm assuming. I don't know. They didn't put a graphic up there, but I'm pretty sure Seattle probably had scored. Yeah, they probably scored 30 points before. That's funny, dude. No, the Commanders fans are. They might be going to bed early today. They're just like, you know what, man? I got to work tomorrow. This team has not been playing well at all. And not only today, but the last couple of weeks, I'm like, may not be worth the stress. Yeah, there hasn't been many times where I've turned the game off. Like the only time I remember is like 4 or 5 years ago. I remember the Packers were just playing absolutely terrible, and I was starting to get I was starting to get more than just annoyed, and I was like, you know what, man, I need to relax. I'm like, if I can't handle watching this game, then I probably just need to turn it off and do something else. You know, there's never any point of getting riled up or angry over something you have zero control of. It's just not worth it. Also, I'm way happier rooting for Darnold on the Seahawks compared to the Vikings. Same, very much the same. Yeah, I was like last year. I was like, good job, Darnold, you son of a. But yeah, man, I agree. I agree. It's okay. I think the defense has beat them to it. Asleep at the wheel. Woo! Yeah, man. I don't know what's going on with the Commanders' defense. Like I said, they're old and they're not playing very well. But man, really? Like Smith and Jigba, Torrey Horton, all these guys are literally when they catch the ball, there is like nobody near them. Nobody. Sam Darnold. Let me look at his numbers here. Like I still can't. This is like some borderline Madden numbers here, man. That he's putting up. Yeah, Sam Darnold threw 2 quarters of NFL football against an NFL team, against Bobby Wagner, against some of the better players like Kinlaw. He had a pretty decent career with the Jets. Like these are not like no name players that are on the Commanders. Like Eddie Goldman. Look at that. Frankie Louvu. Marshawn Lattimore, multi-time Pro Bowler. Deron Payne, Pro Bowler. Darnell Savage, almost a 5-year starter in Green Bay. And this is what Sam Darnold has done. He is a perfect 16 of 16 for 282 yards, 4 touchdowns through the air. The Seahawks have run the ball 11 times for 48 yards, and it doesn't matter because they haven't needed to run. Yeah, Torrey Horton, the rookie, 3 catches, 42 yards, 2 touchdowns. Smith and Jigba, 7 catches, 119 yards. And then the rookie, not the rookie, the 6-year player, Cody White, 1 catch, 60-yard touchdown. I mean, dude, just an absolute beatdown. Yeah, they're showing some of the highlights there for the Bills and Chiefs game. Pat Mahomes, man, he looked off today. Yeah, like right there, man. 44% completion percentage, career low for Pat Mahomes. Currently not in playoff position. Yeah, that's a big deal for KC. Giant red flag. Don't know. Yeah, man. I don't know, man. I'm not too worried about the Chiefs. To be honest with you, I feel like they're like before this game, they were playing honestly some of the more dominant football over the last 3 weeks, roughly. I know they kind of lost to Jacksonville, I think, 3 weeks ago, but they were still looking good. I think the biggest thing is I think they went down big early at one point. I think that defense for the Chiefs just weren't able to really impose themselves, especially in the secondary. I think that was the biggest difference. I think the offense would have done fine. But yeah. But Mahomes was off today, man. There was something that you don't really see a whole lot with Patrick. He just seemed a little hesitant to throw at times. He seemed like he was holding on to the ball just a little bit more than I usually see him throw. So I don't know. Yeah, I'm not too concerned once again for the Chiefs if they're playing like today in 3 weeks still. Yeah, then there's definitely some concern, but Till then, nah. They weren't really playing great football the last two seasons heading into the playoffs, but then when they needed to, man, they turned it on. Everybody thought they were like, oh yeah, the Bills are gonna knock them off, the Ravens are gonna knock them off, the Bengals are gonna knock them off. This is gonna be the year. It wasn't the year. So I don't know. You know what I completely forgot to do? Unbelievable. Did not turn on the freaking lights. Did not turn on the freaking lights. I think I was just so shocked by what I saw today, man. So freaking shocked. Well, yeah, if they play like this the next few weeks, not only are they possibly losing a lot of games, but they might be out of playoff contention by default. Like, just done. That's over. Yeah, man. It's been a weird, but like you said, you mentioned it before, man. The NFL has been really, really freaking weird this season. So, thanks, man. They're actually new. Apparently, I was like looking at myself and I was like, why is it so dark right now? And then I was like, oh, you didn't turn on the lights, you dumbass. And we got our touchdown a while ago. Yeah, about 30 points ago. I should have turned those on. Unbelievable. Yeah, I want to see what it's been. I don't really even know what. Like usually, I break it down and like what the Commanders can do to get back into this game. I don't see anything they can do, man. Like it's not the scheme; it's the players. I feel like are the issue. Like don't get me wrong, the scheme is not helping. But I mean, this is the same defense that we saw last year. I mean, or at least in terms of the scheme, is the same. Dang, dude. 24 points for Seattle in that second quarter. All right, baby. We're about to head to the third here. Yeah, the Commanders. Their next couple games are gonna be against Detroit and the Miami Dolphins, which that Miami Dolphins game is gonna be in Europe. It looks like it's at 8:30. Why are we giving Europe just these terrible terrible games? Why? Those poor people. They have done nothing to us. We're just giving them the crappiest games we could send them. Packers Nation, only if Sunday Night Football could have been better than tonight. Yeah, man, it's been weird, man. The last couple primetime games, man, they've been I don't want to say boring because they're not. They've been high scoring games roughly, at least for one team, but they've just been blowouts, man. It's been weird. You know, the Ravens game was a blowout. I think what was it last Monday? I'm trying to remember the freaking game that we had. Yeah, that was also. Let me see here. Yeah, Chiefs Commanders. Yeah, that was another blowout. Then we had the Dolphins and Ravens. That was a blowout, and now this one with the Commanders again, another blowout. Yeah, the primetime games, man. So far, we are 0-3 on close games in primetime. Hopefully, Monday night tomorrow changes that, please. Yeah, I have to imagine the Commanders are just done. Like, if the Seahawks blow a 28-point lead, that's just bad. Tomorrow night isn't any better. I mean, let's hope. We can hope. We can hope tomorrow's going to be close. All right, we got 1st and 10. Run to the left, and Walker good for about a yard on the play. You know what? Yeah, somehow Thursday's been way more exciting than Sunday's one. All right, absolutely, man. I think, what was it? Yesterday? Not yesterday. Jesus. The last 2 Thursdays. It's been the first time I can actually say this season that they've been kind of The first like 5 or 6 games on Thursday night, man. Bangers. Absolute bangers, dude. It's a great way to start the season. The week, I should say. We got 2nd and 9. Darnold in the shotgun. Looking. Throws it. Gets a first down. Gets a catch and near the first down. It'll be picking up about 8 yards. 3rd and 1 coming up. Darnold, 17 of 17 so far. I don't know if I want an exciting game tomorrow. Can we just get a blowout? No, come on, man. Not another blowout. All right, fine. You can get your blowout tomorrow, but that means the Seahawks have to lose this game. That's the trade. Let me know what you want. And Smith and Jigba incomplete, and that ends it for Sam Darnold. His first incomplete pass comes on 3rd and 1. And Marshawn Lattimore apparently limping off the field there. Going to be caught at the 18 and taken down near the 22. No offense, I'm sure Packer fans can understand what I mean by that. You were not wrong, man. You were not wrong. Yeah. It was not a good game for the Packers. Packers there. Just rough, man. I knew there was a chance, man. I knew there was a chance. I don't know why people were thinking, and it wasn't like this whole trap game. I just think the Packers have done this all season, man. They have struggled offensively to play a complete game, and they couldn't do it in time to score enough points. 1st and 10, 2 receivers to the left. Handoff. Breaks a tackle, and we'll pick up about 5 yards there. Might be sacrilege, but fudge that. The Cowboys season is done, in my opinion. Even if we make the playoffs, this team has no chance of making it past the wild card. Seahawks has to win this one. Throw down the field. He's got his man, Zach Ertz, with a huge catch down the field. First down. Holy cow, man. Seastrom, you surprised me with that, my man. You know what? I respect you. You're like, you know what? Screw it. give me somebody that can make some noise, I guess. All right. That's an unselfish NFL fan right there, dude. You're like, you know what? My team kind of it'd be nice, but we're not gonna do anything. So let's give it to a team that could win something. First and 10, ball at the 49. Handoff up the middle, and ooh, look at that! Some tough running, getting it down near the 45. Second and 6. Daniels alone in the shotgun, looking, pressure, down he goes for a sack, literally ran into the defender. Nice little stunt there over the middle. Ooh. All right, we got third and 13, ball back at the 48. Daniels throws it quickly, and that'll be incomplete, and this drive stalls out for the Commanders. Oh, there we go. I'll say it again. Our best chance was 2 years ago when we were 12-5-1. Had the most confidence then, and we blew it in the wild card. Been downhill since. Yeah, man. But you got 4 first-round picks though. You know, if they hit on those, man, could be something. Like, your offense is fine. The defense is the issue, really. To be honest with you, like, you got Javonte Williams. He's one of the better backs right now in the NFL. You got 2 great receivers. You got a good tight end in Ferguson. You got a good quarterback in Dak. The offensive line, slightly inconsistent, but not terrible. And then, yeah, just the defense, man. The defense is the biggest issue right now for the Cowboys. Not that I think Dak is done. Still believe in him. I just don't believe in the year's incarnation of the Cowboys at all. On to next year. Right. So what would it take for the Cowboys to convince you that they could win something this year? Is it the defense doing something, or is it just simply being consistent on offense? Would it be one game that they could convince you, like, if they beat somebody? Let me know. Nothing I've seen this year has really changed my mind on that. And yes, I do like picks. Jerry is actually not terrible at drafting. For all the drafting is very little lottery at times. I agree. Yeah, I think the last time you can really think of that I can remember the Cowboys just not drafting well. It was before they got Dak and Zeke. That's really the only time that I remember the Cowboys just seemed like almost every draft they were picking up maybe one or two guys, but none of them were like superstars. But over the last couple of years, man, over the last decade, I feel like they come away with a really good offensive lineman, a good defensive player, at least once every draft. One game, don't know, probably need to beat the Eagles. At a minimum, if I had pick a single game, that would be the closest, even if the Quinn does. Maybe if they blow them out. Okay, that's fair. All right. Darno, the under center here. Ball at the 12. Throwing it down the field. He's got his man, and that is going to be overthrown. Smith and Jigba targeted. And there's a late, very late flag. And pass interference. I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. First and 10, ball at the 40. Darnold under center. First and 10. Hands it off. Walker good for about a yard. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, man. I think if they blow out the Eagles, but they let's say they continue to win and they blow out the Eagles, I think it would be tough to ignore that. But once again, we're talking about ifs here. That obviously could probably not happen and likely won't. But it's mostly I don't know, man. The Cowboys are an interesting team. I just think that they're a good offensive team that has a really freaking bad defense, man. And that's just, and I agree with you. I don't think this is the year for the Cowboys. I think if they can draft well next year, especially defensively, maybe, I was going to say if they can sign somebody, but I don't think they can afford really anybody. But yeah, if they can draft well and they can kind of retool that defense just a little bit, I think they could make some noise next year. Blowing the Eagles out might do it though. I mean, let's be honest. If you don't make the playoffs, that'd be a nice consolation prize to be able to hand the Eagles a blowout loss. I'd take that. All right, second and 9, ball at the 40. We got 10 minutes left here in the third. Quick throw to the outside, and Horton picks up about 4, maybe 5. Darnold alone in the shotgun here. 3rd and 4. Pressure. Throws it over the middle. Is that an interception? That is an interception by the Commanders. Holy cow. Darnold has struggled, man, in this second half. Holy cow. Oh, yeah, that was a... Ooh, way, way behind his receiver, man. Sam Darnold at halftime was a perfect 16 for 16. Oh, stupid autocorrect. Oh, please don't delete that, dude. That is so funny. All right, it's going to be a run to the left. Picks up about 2 yards, whatever. Sorry, I'm going to read the whole thing as is. Women women of our best years recently. Yeah, man. Dude, the women of our best years, man. Shout out to those angels right there, man. Performance-wise, looking at the team, when they split with the Eagles, so they would actually be an indicator for me, though it's also nice. There we go. But obviously, you meant some of our best years. But I mean, women of our best years. We can talk about that for sure, man. Daniels running, and he's gonna be taken. No, he stays on his feet. What the heck was that, man? Dude, the defender was literally just almost like held his hand to like 5 yards there. Yeah, like right here. What is going on here? Leonard Williams just running along with him. Yeah, it says right there. Williams escorted him for a nice gain. Run to the left and some tough yardage for Rodriguez. Let's freaking go. Oh man, Seastrom, that was good, man. I love that, dude. That woke me up a little bit. Not gonna lie. That was the most interesting thing to happen in the second half outside of that interception. That was freaking hilarious, dude. That was beautiful, beautiful. And Daniels runs, and he runs out of bounds after a gain of 1. Yeah, Darnold was 16 of 16 at the half. He has gone 2 for 4 since then and has thrown an interception as well. I don't know, man. I don't know about the Sam Darnold guy, man. I think they got to trade him back to Minnesota. 2nd and 9. And Jaden Daniels going to use a timeout here. All right. Using a timeout early in this game here. All right. 2nd and 9. Daniels in the shotgun, running back to his right. And there's a flag. Oh my god, dude! This is like the Packer game when they were trying to set up the kicks for the kickoffs, man. Oh my god, dude! Those things were taking forever, man. Just because of the wind, they kept on knocking the ball off the tee. Oh. So that's going to be on Zach Ertz there, not getting set. So either he was supposed to stay there or the snap was late. Either way. 2nd and 14 back at the 45. Commanders looking. Pressure. Down he goes for a sack, a loss of 1. Oh, that dumb ball. I saw a clip of that. Dude, seriously, I'm not even exaggerating. On one of them, McManus set the ball up twice. And then I forgot what it was. After he kicked it, then there was a flag. So he had to redo the kick. Then they decided to do it without the guy holding it. So yeah, so he set it up twice, fell down twice. Then he got his punter to hold it. They kicked it off, and then there was a penalty, so they had to redo the kick. And then they did it without the punter holding it, and it fell off the tee, and then they finally brought the punter in again. It was oh man. Throw to the right, and that's going to be incomplete. We do have a flag in the backfield, and I think it might be a flag in the secondary too. We'll see. Oh boy, it's going to be on the Commanders' chop block. It'll be declined, and it'll be 4th down. All right, so I'm trying to think here. I mean, if you're Washington, dude, you're down by 24 points. But yeah, going back to that damn ball, man. It was literally the play lasted 5 minutes, and then all they were doing is just kicking the ball. I'm like, if I'm the Packers, I'm just like, just give them the ball at the 35. We don't care. Just let's get going. All right, man. It is going to be 4th and 15. Daniels looking, pressured, gets out of a sack, gets out of another one. He's going to run, and he gets tripped up shy of the first. Wow, man. And that was the big man, Leonard Williams. A 300-pounder able to just slip up Daniels there. Woo! I was going to say, if the Commanders don't score here, there's going to be a sting, waste of possession, and clock time. Not a good, considering the situation they're in. I agree. Man. Well, unfortunately, that was all of that because they did not get a first down. Also, I forgot to ask you, man, Seastrom, how was your Halloween, my dude? And it's gonna be Charbonnet up the middle, picking up about 6, maybe 7 yards there on the first down run. All right, 2nd and 4. Darnold in the shotgun, running back to his right. Pressure and down. He flips it, gets it out to Charbonnet, and that'll be a gain of about 4. Whoa. See, I'm trying to do the math in my head here. Gain of about 15. And it's going to be a penalty on the defense. And that's going to be a great freaking play by Sam Darnold. Literally being tackled in the backfield and able to flip it as he's fallen away. Look at that, dude. Jeez. Oh, jeez. All right, 1st and 10, 2 receivers to the left, Darnold under center. Hands it off to Charbonnet. Nice little spin move, and he'll pick up about a yard. Halloween was good. Work was busy. Got back late, but also had a pretty large number. Treaters stopped by. Hey, that's awesome, man. Heck yeah, dude. Yeah, man. Yeah, in my area, there was definitely some of the people that I see at work, man. A lot of them were like, yeah, we were out there for 3 or 4 hours. We got 1, maybe 2 trick or treaters. It's weird. Yeah, I don't know how it is around other areas, man, but I feel like trick or treating is like going down in terms of how many kids are doing it, man. It's disappointing. It's a cool tradition. And throws to the right side, and that'll be a pickup of about 4 yards there. But yeah, it's good that you had a bunch of trick or treaters. Hopefully, you had enough candy, my man. All right. 3rd and 5, ball at the 28 here. Darnold looking over the middle, and that'll be caught for a first down inside the 20. Smith in Jigba with one of his few catches here in the second half. It was actually his first catch in the second half. And Kenneth Walker somehow finding room for a first down, literally got spun around. Kept his legs turning as he was going backwards. It's going to be a face mask on the Commanders. That's actually why Walker was spun around there. Look at that. Whoa. Big Paul in the face mask right there. And that's going to be on Kinlaw. Dude, it almost looked like Kenneth Walker was able to run faster running backwards than he did forwards, man. So Washington was about to get a penalty because they broke the huddle with 12 players, but they're allowing them to use a timeout here. which I'm pretty sure the rule is like once you break the huddle, you can't call a timeout. All right, we got 2:35 here left in the third. All right, Darnold in the shotgun, running back to his left. All right, this could be the game right here, and it's going to be incomplete. Second and goal coming up, trying to target A.J. Barner there on the flat route to the right. Second and goal. Darnold under center, single back in the backfield, single receiver to the right side. Hands it off up the middle, and Walker going to be brought down at the 1. All right, they're going to try to punch it in, and they do. And that is a tight end sneak. A.J. Barner taking the snap and then just getting a little bit of help. Just a little bit, you know. Only 2 guys were pushing him from behind. All right, man. Whew. I mean, it is a freaking beatdown right now, dude. 153 left. So it took him a while, man. It took him a while, but we finally have a score here in the third. Myers, kick is good. Seahawks up by 31. And unfortunately for the Commanders, man, it looks like for the second consecutive week, they are going to get absolutely blown out in prime time. They got blown out last week against the Kansas City Chiefs with Marcus Mariota as the quarterback. And now, tonight, with Jaden Daniels in his first game back, they are going to get blown out here by the Seattle Seahawks. Holy cow, man. We got 4 people watching right now. Let's freaking go, man. Especially this game this late. Appreciate you guys, man. Thank you. And if you're new to the channel, please make sure you leave a like and subscribe, man. We are one subscriber away from a significant number on this channel, man. And once again, I don't want to jinx it, so once we hit it, I will let you know why and what that number means to this channel. So, at least to me. So, but yeah, regardless, I appreciate you being here. Thank you, thank you. And the kick is going to go into the end zone, and that's where the Commanders will take a knee and get the ball at the 35. All right, Daniels, ball at the 35, and the play is going to be blown dead. Seattle taking a timeout, or what's going on here? All right. Throw over the middle, finds Debo in stride to the 30. Sorry, to the 50, down to the 45. And that's where Debo Samuel goes out of bounds. And they're going to be in Seattle territory. A heck of a play, man. Goes for 20. Three receivers to the right. Quick throw, gets it out to Debo, and he's going to be brought down for a loss. We do have a flag, though. And they're picking it up. So, yeah. Second and 11. Ball at the 47. Quick throw. Gets it out to Lane, and he'll get it down near the 47. So, a gain of 7 yards. Yeah. 7 yards there, gets it to the 40. So, it is what? Like roughly a 58-yard field goal if they don't get a first down. I mean, a field goal does nothing, but I mean, it gets you points, I guess. I don't know. Jeez. Daniels pressured, and down he goes for another sack. And yeah, the Commanders are not going to have to worry about a field goal attempt here. They are just trying to form a complete drive at some point here. Impressive defensive play there, pivoting while being blocked to bring down the other guy. Good stuff. Heck yeah, man. Yeah, fighting off a block and then just able to kind of just move the body, reposition, and just wrap up a defender. That is it's a dang skill right there. It's an impressive. That was definitely an impressive play. All right, baby. We're headed to the fourth quarter here in Landover, Maryland. And if you're a Commanders fan, you're just hoping that they can score some points here. Just make it interesting. Just chuck the ball down the field. You don't gotta do anything special. Yeah, let's so far in this game. Darnold 21 of 24, 330, four touchdowns, one interception. Kenneth Walker 10 for 40. Jackson Smith and Jigba 8 catches for 129 yards. Still hasn't found the end zone yet. Cody White 1 for 60. Torrey Horton 4 for 48 and two touchdowns. Elijah. Oh, okay. Sorry, they were showing the cheerleaders, and I was like, "What the heck are they doing?" Okay, they were doing. It's like they were crumping. Yeah, that doesn't look good. Elijah Arroyo 229 for a touchdown. AJ Barner 3 for 24. Leonard Williams with a sack, and that's about it, man. Nothing too crazy. Demarcus and Jerron Reed also picked up a sack there on the previous play that we just saw. And the Commanders are punting this one away, and I think that means that they are basically done going for it on fourth down. I think they're going to realize that they are another commercial break. Really? Okay. All right, but I think the Commanders are throwing up the white flag. Basically, they know that this game's basically over. Yeah, Daniels 11 of 17, 114, zero touchdowns, one interception. He is the leading rusher with 10 carries for 51 yards and a touchdown. Zach Ertz 4 for 46, Debo 4 for 36. A good chunk of that came on that 19-yard catch and run on that previous drive. Holy cow, Preston Smith is back with Washington, huh? All right, man. Heck yeah, dude. It's good to see Preston back home. Yeah, he spent his first 4 seasons with the Washington Commanders. They had the different name back then, and then he signed that big contract with Green Bay back in 2019. Was there for what, 6 seasons, right? 2019, 2020, 2024. Yeah. Played half a season with Pittsburgh and now is back with Washington here, man. All right, we're back here. First and 10. Handoff up the middle here. Charbonnet picking up about 4 yards. Oh, man. Look at this. Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave, Jackson Smith and Jigba, Marvin Harrison Jr., Emeka Abuka. Yeah, dude, Ohio State has just produced some great freaking corners, man. Just some tall, lanky dudes, man. Have a penchant for catching passes and making some yardage after it, man. Jesus. Run up the middle, gain of 2. All right, 3rd and 4, another handoff. Walker reversing field, and he picks up another 2 yards, and that'll bring up 4th and 2. All right, punt is away, and it'll be fair caught near the 34 for the Commanders. All right, the question is, do we see Jaden Daniels with 12:30 left? Commanders are down by 31. And yes, I will be staying throughout the entire game. We do not end games early on this channel, my man. We don't do it. We stay to the end. We suffer through every single waking second of this boring ass game right now. Boring only because they've only scored 7 points since the half. Yeah, the best thing so far of the second half has been the chat. Shout out to you, Seastrom. Appreciate you, man. All right, we got first and 10, ball at the 35. And it's going to be a run up the middle by Krosky Moret. Picks up about 4. And Jaden Daniels, man, still out there. Jesus, look at that giant ass tongue. Why were they showing that? Why? Why? Freaking Leonard Williams' tongue is going to be haunting me in my dreams. It's going to be a catch by Bates, and he'll pick up the first down near the 50 there. All right, got first and 10, run up the middle, and the rookie only finding about 2 yards there. All right, second and 9. Daniels in the shotgun, running back to his right. Quick throw to the rookie, and he gets blown up by Woolen, and he's going to get a personal foul for standing over Moret. So, personal foul on Tyreek Woolen after making a great tackle. Well, all right, we got first and 10. Blitz from that left side. Daniels running for his life. He's going to take off. He's going to throw. And might have got a first down. Woo-hoo. That is a heck of a job keeping the toes in bounds. And that was the former first-round pick, Traylon Burks, with a catch. Quick throw to the outside, screen by Deebo Samuel, and that'll pick up about 4 yards. Second and 5, 2 receivers to the left. Delayed handoff, and that's going to go nowhere. Yeah, man. Bill has not been able to really find much room to run tonight. Daniels looking, finds a receiver open, and that's a first down, first and goal coming up for the Commanders. First and goal from the 7, run up the middle, and Rodriguez gets it down near the 2. Daniels keeping this one. He's going to try to run, and he gets brought down at the. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh fudge! His left arm is gone. Oh fudge! Oh no, dude. Jaden Daniels' left arm is bent, not in the right way, man. Oh no, dude. Ah! Fudge! They freaking showed it again. Oh. Man, dude, come on. Worst case scenario, man. Fuck. Like it's one thing if you lose, man. Like whatever. You lose, you play the next game, you get better, you practice, you go. But Jesus, man, what the frick, man? Come on. Don't and if anybody is wondering what don't look at it. Do not look it up. It is freaking gross, man. It's even more like if you remember my reaction to the Scadaboo injury, this thing was like that was bad because of what it looked like. This watching that arm, dude. Ugh. Yeah, dude. Just sucks, man. Freaking sucks. Unnecessary. There was no chance of this game being close. So it looks like they have an air cast for Jaden Daniels' arm. They have the cart. They have his arm in a cast. And Daniels right now literally showing frustration because of this injury, man. Like he's having, like he's mad because he's hurt, because he can't be on the field. Fuck, man, dude, come on. It's just been that kind of season, man. It's just been that kind of season for the Commanders. It's been like that for Jaden Daniels. All right, third and goal from the 4. Handoff up the middle, and it's a touchdown. Touchdown by Rodriguez. He's been the more effective back in this game. And the extra point is good. Um, yeah, nothing in this game is going to overshadow what just happened, man. Daniels picking up a significant injury and likely going to be out for multiple weeks at minimum, if not significantly more. So apparently, Daniels was being told to get on the cart, and he said no. Basically, waved off the cart and said, "He's like, no, I'm walking." He's like, "My legs are fine. My arm is jacked up. I can walk. So let's go." All right, we got 7:14 left. And it's going to be a return across the 28 there. Decent return for the Seahawks. All right, man. We got Drew Lock in at quarterback for the Seattle Seahawks. They are up by 24. Ball at the 28, toss to the left. And clock is going to continue to run. Hand off up the middle, and it'll be a pickup of 2 down near the 30. Third down coming up. Steve! Washington was never the same since they changed their name. I mean, I'm gonna tell you right now, man. That Redskins name was crap for the last 15 years. I'm sorry, man. The last time they were relevant was Sean Taylor. And that was back. That was only for about 2 years. Ever since Dan Snyder owned that team, they were garbage. So I don't think it's the name change. I think it's just bad ownership and bad leadership, man. That's all I'm gonna say. It's going to be a run up the middle, and it'll be just short of the first. So 4th and 1 coming up. Yeah. That's my opinion on football. I have my own opinion on the name. All right, Seahawks are going to punt this one on 4th and 1. Great freaking punt, getting it all the way down to the 5. And a decent return, getting it down near the 17. But Steve, how you doing, my man? Sorry, I'm still focusing on the injury to Jaden Daniels there. So I forgot to say hello to you, my man. Sorry about that. Jesus, man. Oh. Yeah, I was so caught off guard by that injury, and I was just like, I think I just mentioned it like a quarter, like in the third quarter. I was like, dude, he's been running a lot, and I'm like, dude, he just came back from an injury, man. Like, damn it, dude. It sucks to lose great players, man. So 1st and 10, handoff up the middle, and gain of about 5 yards. Down to the 22. All right, Marcus Mariota obviously in at quarterback here. 2nd and 4 ball. At the 22, hands it off to the rookie. He's going to try to bounce it out to the right side. Spins out of a tackle, and we'll get it down near the 26. I know that was just me joking about their both names. Oh, no, you're all good, man. You're all good. In a matter of fact, I don't think Washington will ever be good again. And F Dallas. Defense. Oh. No, I mean, they'll be good, man. Again, I hope that this injury to Daniels is nothing serious, or if it is, hopefully he makes a full recovery. They just got old, man. They got old on defense. Their front 7 is old. Their secondary is old. Run right up the middle. Rodriguez, man, keeping the legs churning. He has been the best running back in this game for the Commanders. Unquestionably the best running back. Now, man, like I said, I'm not ready to write off this entire franchise. I just think, yeah, they ended up relying on a defense that was a little expensive and a little old. And if you want to use another example, look at the Steelers. They're even more expensive. They're maybe not as old, but they're more expensive. Yeah, man. It's especially on defense, man. Especially on defense, it's a young man's game. You can have an old quarterback, sure, but you can't have an all old corner. You can have an old safety. You can't have an old middle linebacker that you're asking to drop into coverage. Just can't have that, man. At least not when it's almost half of your defense at that age. All right, that takes us to the 2 minute warning after another run up the middle there. I think they like MD. You don't know when they will rebuild their team. And it's going to be a run, and Rodriguez picking up a first down near the 49. I think they like MD. You don't know when they will rebuild. Oh, MD, Miami Dolphins. Okay. Sorry. It's late, man. I'm tired. Okay. I think they're like the Miami Dolphins. They don't know when they rebuild their team. Yeah, I think it's tough to have come into this season expecting them to want to rebuild simply because they were a game away from the Super Bowl. Man, that was crazy. Run by Rodriguez, nice little spin move there, gets it into Seattle territory. And I think the Commanders are going to take one more snap, and that'll likely be the end of it here. Maybe two more plays, I don't know, but likely just one more. Yeah, man, I think Miami is in a very different situation. I think their best players on offense when it comes to Tyreek Hill, I think they're ready to move on. Devin Achan, I think, is going to be due for a contract pretty soon, and who knows if they'll be able to afford him with all the guys that they have under contract. Their offensive line in Miami is horrendous. It's not as bad here in Washington. The defense for them, I think, has dealt with a lot of injuries, a lot of big contracts that have probably overstayed their welcome. I feel like Miami is definitely in a worse situation than the Commanders. I think one, they are still on a rookie contract with their quarterback, which is helping out a lot. They're not really paying a running back right now. Their most expensive receiver is Terry McLaurin, and he's young. I'm trying to think here. Offensive line is fine. I think they could probably do an upgrade inside, on the inside, like a guard or center. Let me see here. What else? And their defense, I talked about it. Nothing, no massive contracts that are really holding them down. But like guys like Preston Smith, Deron Bland, Kinlaw, Marshawn Lattimore, Bobby Wagner, while those guys are still capable of playing at a decent level, they are not the guys that you want to be consistently in coverage because they're old, man. They're old. They're injured. It's just, yeah. So I think the Commanders are a team that I think if they can get another draft or two going, especially on the defensive side, I think they can make a push. I think they can kind of get back. But I think this team can only go so far with what they have right now, and they're just not fully there. I think the offense is still young and still trying to figure out what they need to do. They need to find a running game too, and that defense needs to get younger, faster, and less expensive. So. All right, guys, that looks like that's going to be the end of the game here for this. So the Seahawks did not score 40 points. I thought they would have. They scored 31 in the first half, and then they only scored 7 points the rest of the way. Seattle is going to improve to 6-2, and for the Commanders, they will drop to 3-6, but that is the least of their worries as Jaden Daniels in his first game back in nearly a month has picked up a nasty, nasty left elbow injury, man. He was running in, trying to get to the end zone, and he got spun down. He landed with his left arm, and it bent in a way that elbows should not be bending. Um, they put a air cast around his arm, and he was able to walk off the field. But it looks like he's going to be out for a while. So, yeah, sucks, terrible, and it only has gotten worse for the Commanders. So, yep, 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 yep. All right, guys. I think that's going to be it for me, man. I want to give a shout out, obviously, to Seastrom. You were here from the beginning, man. You were here most of the day. I appreciate you. Packer Nation 12, you were also here as well, my dude. Thank you for popping in here for a bit. And then Steve sliding in there at the end, man. Just when we need you like a reliever, you finished it off for us, man. Thank you so much, man. Thank you for popping in here. I appreciate you. I'm glad to see you, man. Hopefully, we can see you more tomorrow and next week, my man. But regardless, Steve, thank you so much for being here, my dude. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, trying to think here. Yep, we got one more game tomorrow, guys. So please make sure you show up to that one. This could be should be a good one. Cowboys looking to bounce back, see if they can get a win. And then after that, man, week 10 is on the way. So I got a few things that I'm working on to try to add to the stream here next week. I was trying to get it done this week, man, but it just work, 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 work. I just couldn't get it done, but I have it set up right now. I'm finishing up some of the finishing touches, but hopefully I will have it ready for you guys. I should have it ready for you guys starting next week on Thursday. So thank you so much, guys. Steve, thank you, man. Hope Green and Bay win next week. Absolutely, man. Get it done against the Eagles, man. That would be a good bounce back. If we can win big against the Eagles, it'll probably soften the blow from what happened today. So, all right, guys. Thank you, thank you. Have a great night. Once again, my name is Dave, and I'm not a coach. Thank you.